Hey, good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Russell Hotels going live just for a couple minutes. You guys know how I do it. I do this daily check-in, daily, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So, you get like 5 days a week of Russell of Hotels. What's the other day you talking about? Well, Tuesday I do On Air with Russell of Hotels. That live hospitality talk show that everyone's talking about. I just completed show number 253 on last Tuesday, a couple of days ago. Today's Thursday, right? Yeah. 2 days ago, I just completed show number 253. Who would have thought I would have done show number one, years ago? But hey, we're at 253. If you have not checked it out, please go back and check it out. It is on this same platform: LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and X. So if you have not seen it, please take a look at it, check it out. To me, what you think. Always got a hot topic going on, and Tuesday was not any different. So check it out. I'm not gonna tell you what it is because I want it to be a surprise. So go and check it out. It's right here. All you got to do is scroll down after this. After I do my little live right now, the daily check-in, so you can go and check it out. So just scroll to the maybe a couple clicks below, and you'll be able to see what that is. But yeah, so it was kind of fun. I mean, it was some good conversation. Most of the conversations I have, even the ones by myself, are pretty good. So and I think you'll be pleased with the topic for that day. So check it out. But today, I do the daily check-ins, and I always have a topic, right? So, and it's not going to take long. So don't worry, it's not going to take that long. And as soon as I go on and do a live, I get a phone call. You know what I mean? But you know what? I'll just delete it, and we'll keep it moving. So that's okay. But yesterday I was live from the Level Hotel, which is in downtown Los Angeles. 302 room hotel. I like it. You know why I like it? Because it's not your typical hotel. And what I mean by that is it's more geared towards, although you can stay one night, 2 nights, I mean, that's great, but it's geared more towards like maybe a longer term stay, um, which is still good. And what do I mean by that? They probably look for people to stay, I would say 4 to 7 days, something like that, because they have full kitchens, they have washers and dryers, they have all the rooms have what do you call it? Balcony. So you don't have to when you check in, or when can I have a room with a balcony? No, they all have balconies. You don't have to worry about that. And the rooms are separate, right? So I mean, you can close the door. 1, 2, and 3 bedroom suites. They're all suites, 100% suite property. The smallest room is 700 square feet. 700 square feet. Your typical hotel size in square footage is 300 to 350 square feet. Now that varies. I mean, there's some smaller than that. There's some in the 200s. Okay, there's some smaller, but there's some larger too. But I would say the average is between 300 and 350. These start off at 700 square feet. Okay, boom, there you go. So that's why I like it. And it's right in the middle of downtown. So if you ever need to be in downtown LA, hey, why not think about the level, staying levels. In fact, that's the website, stayinglevel.com. Isn't that cool how that just kind of segue into anything? Anyway, so like I said, I typically have a topic. Today is going to be sustainability practices in hotels. Now, we always talk about, that's like a buzzword. So, I can't even say it. Sustainability. It's such a buzzword, I can't even say it. Sustainability practices. That is like, for the last several years, everybody's talking about, oh, we're LEED certified, and, we're sustainability, and we do this and we do that. Well, what do hotels typically do, as far as these practices are concerned? So we're going to go through a couple things. It's not going to take long, so just be patient with me. But I thought it was important that I address that, because we've been talking about it for years, and I've never really had a topic about it. So, I said, you know what? I got a couple minutes. Let's talk about this sustainability for hotels. But before I get to that, this is once again at the Level Hotel downtown LA. And what they do, and I don't know how often they do this, but every time I go there, it's set up like a theater, right? So they actually show movies for their guests. And I think maybe even outside people can come in and watch the watch the movies, right? So this is outside on their lawn on the fourth floor, which their pool's on the fourth floor, the gym, meeting space, pretty much everything is on the fourth floor, as other than your guest rooms, right? So, and they have a screen, so you really can't see the whole screen, but just picture this facing a wall of another office building, okay? And they painted basically a screen, looks like a screen on there, and people can go, you can see the speakers right there. There's two speakers right there. So you can see this movie at night. So people come and they, enjoy the movies. They got popcorn, they have food, there's barbecue grills. You can do all kind of things out here. So, you know what? Shout out to the Level Hotel for making stuff happen. Some hotels have the dive-in movies where they have, pool and people are splashing around and watching a movie at the same time. Well, this is kind of like that, but without the pool. Okay, so I thought it was kind of cool, right? So there you go. Hotels are doing different things, right? Hotels have to be competitive, and some hotels don't. Some people don't even know this even exists. Some people don't know that the Level Hotel is actually actually a hotel. They don't know, right? They may drive by, they may see like, well, what is that? Is that a hotel? It says Level. What does that mean? Well, I'm letting you know, and that's one thing about me is that if I know something, I'm gonna let you know, because it's all about pushing out that information. It's all about promoting other brands, right? So hotel brands that you may not have known about. So my job is to keep you in the know. And I'm sure a lot of people knew about it anyway, but just in case you did not know, this is it. This is Level Hotel, and I'm going to show you a couple more scenes of the some photos and things like that. So real quick on the topic, sustainability in hotels. Energy management systems. What's an energy management system? Automated systems that optimize energy use based on occupancy and usage patterns. So like if certain parts of a hotel are not being used, why would you have energy going to those areas? Right? Let's just say the what do you call it? Meeting space. Okay. Meeting space can take a lot of energy with lights and things like that, right? If they're not in use, turn off that, that panel that goes to there. So there's no power going there at all, right? So that's kind of a energy management system where you're able to manage and cut off power where you don't need it. If you need it somewhere else, then you can, redirect that power somewhere else. But it's basically, we're talking about sustainability. So if it's not in use, make sure those doors are closed, all lights are off, no power going to those particular, that meeting space, especially if you have, a huge conference center. If it's not being used, then, turn it off, close it off. Nothing should be on and let it go. Air conditioning, anything like that. So some hotels actually have a system, like a central system where they can basically, okay, this floor is not being occupied. Maybe they're only using maybe it's safe as a 20-story building. They're only putting people in rooms on the first 10. Well, the last, 11 to floor 20, there's no one up there. So turn the power off, right? Make sure it's off. You can manage it. Some hotels have it. They're so dope. Well, they can manage it from the front desk, right? So if they can turn the power on before the guest gets there, maybe they can turn the AC on, or maybe they can just turn everything off because, it's not being used at all, right? So that's energy management at its finest. Solar panels. Installing solar panels to generate renewable energy on site. I got solar panels on my house, right? So everybody in California or anywhere there's a place that's sunny, they should have solar panels, right? So you sell it back to grid and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's not like, the energy company is giving me a fat check every month, because I've saved so much money. It goes back to the grid, then someone else can benefit from it, right? So how we benefit at home, I'm sure hotels get, the same benefit is that it goes back to the grid and we get a credit. Okay, so I'm pretty sure hotels probably get a credit as well if they're not using the energy, if they're using solar and, they only need so much solar, and then once it stops and then the rest goes back to the grid and someone else can enjoy that electricity or whatever. So I have it at home and I've had it for about 5 to 7 years, I believe. And we haven't paid an electric bill in forever, right? Because we're in California, right? So even when it rains, okay, that's fine. There's still some sun coming through there. So we use solar panels, and hotels do as well. So there you go. Rainwater harvesting, collecting and using rainwater for landscaping and non-potable uses. Yes, a lot of I don't have one, and I've been saying this. Every time I go to Home Depot, I'm getting something else, right? So they have these big barrels where you can put them right under your rain gutters, right? So these are big barrels that collect water, and then I would put them, collect the water and you use it to water my plants, right? Some of the plants that are, not the grass or whatever, but the plants that need water, right? So instead of me turning on the water faucet and spending up and wasting that water, I can use the water that's been collected from rain. Same thing for hotels. They can do the same thing, right? Well, if their landscaping has a lot of shrubbery and things like that, why not do that? Why not collect the rainwater and then use that for your plants and things like that? So there you go. So that's what harvesting rainwater looks like. Green roofs. I love this. Planting like I said, I'm kind of tongue-tied today. Planting vegetation on rooftops to improve insulation and reduce urban heat islands effects. So yeah, planting a garden on top of your roof, right? A lot of hotels have like a greenhouse on top of the roof. Have you seen that? Like buildings, they have like they call them green places, green spaces or whatever on top of roofs. Well, there's a reason for that, right? So it keeps the building cool because a lot of the heat is going towards those plants instead of all over the building. So if you have like a green space on top with a lot of shrubbery and things like that, well, that's helping out the environment because there's trees up there, and it's helping keep your building cool because nothing's penetrating there. And what I forgot to do is to turn on my comments. So feel free to make comments. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off midstream or your thoughts or whatever. I was talking about green roofs, but hey, make comments. You have comments at all, you can always make comments because it's always about the engagement. Russell of Hotels is always about engagement, right? So that's how you build a community, right? So you build a community. People may have questions. People want to make comments or whatever, or just let me know that you're there, and I appreciate that as well. So that's the green roofs. Once again, planting vegetation on rooftops to improve insulation and reduce urban heat islands effects. So, and plus, if maybe the chef, you got a creative chef and he plants and grows his own tomatoes, or he makes fried green tomatoes on Friday nights, fried green tomato sandwiches. You ever had those before? I've had check this out. You guys know I don't eat meat, right? So I was at this event. Where was it? It was in Nashville. And they had sliders, right? They had sliders for, chicken sliders and ground beef or burger sliders or whatever. And of course, people that eat meat, they can partake in that, right? Well, I'm like, well, what do they have for me? And then they said, oh no, we have fried green tomato sliders. And I was like, what? Oh my God, they were so good. They were tangy. They're fried, right? So everything fried is good. They were tangy and crunchy in their own little bunch, like the sliders, right? But they just had a slice of fried green tomato. So maybe the chef wants to do that, have a tomato garden up on the roof, right? So the possibilities are endless, and it just benefits multiple things, not just the hotel. It's going to insulate the hotel, but it's going to, grow some things for the chef, for the kitchen, for the employees, for the guests, however you want to do it. You can do those things. You just got to be creative. And the last thing is electric vehicle charging stations, providing charging facilities for guests with electric cars. Yeah, that's a big thing now, right? So if you haven't looked into that and you're a hotel that may have space in your parking lot to do that, you make money from that, right? So, and the companies will install those for free. You get a kickback, whatever, split, 50-50 split or whatever, 80-20, however you negotiate, but companies will give you a split of that. So if you haven't done it, you need to look into that, right? If you have space to do charging stations, why not do it? Why not make a couple extra dollars and, help out the environment? No emissions and all that kind of stuff. That's what I would do. Why not? So there you go. So that's that. And then I got a couple more things to go over. So these are the benefits of sustainability in hotels. Environmental impact, reducing the hotel's carbon footprint and conserving natural resources. Cost savings, of course, lower energy, water, and waste disposal costs. Guest satisfaction, attracting guests who value sustainability and are willing to support eco or eco-friendly businesses. Yeah, that can be a promotional piece or whatever. Hey, we're all about sustainability. You know, we believe in the what am I trying to say? We believe in sustainability and all that kind of stuff. So environment, we want to save this, save that, whatever. But that can be a promo piece for your marketing department. Okay, so definitely use that to your advantage. Regulatory compliance, meeting or exceeding environmental regulations and standards. And the last one is competitive advantage, differentiating the hotel in a crowded market by highlighting sustainability practices. There you go. Once again, if your competition not doing it, make sure you point that out. Oh, they don't even, no, you don't have to point out like, oh, that hotel over there, they don't use sustainability practices. Just let us know. We're the only ones in the area that have this. We're the only ones in the area that do sustainability. We're the only ones in the area that have solar. We're the only ones in the area that have a rooftop garden. And we got Friday night fried green tomato sliders in the cafe. I mean, those are things that you can use to market against your competition. You don't even have to mention the competition. Just say, we're the only ones that do this, only ones that do that, right? So there you go. Why not? What the heck? So there you go. So I just wanted to share some sustainability things with you. By adopting sustainability practices, hotels can significantly reduce their environmental impact, support local communities, and improve their economic resilience, creating a positive cycle of benefits for all stakeholders, not just for the employees, not just for the guests, the community. I mean, it's for everybody. Hey, what's going on, Lonnie Wolf? Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on, Lonnie Wolf. You're looking good. Your picture's looking good. Let me just put your comment on there. So when Lonnie comes on, or whoever comes on, I put your comments right there on the screen, just like that. So I appreciate you coming on, Lonnie. Lonnie Wolf's out there in Florida. So if you don't follow Lonnie Wolf on LinkedIn, make sure you do. When it comes to housekeeping departments and getting those housekeeping departments in order, Lonnie Wolf is your guy. Okay, he is the one that's doing it. He's cleaning up one hotel at a time. Okay, did I get that right, Lonnie? So anyway, oh, I didn't mention. Okay, this is the Level Hotel again, but this is a balcony, right? So all rooms have a balcony just like this. All suites have balconies just like this one, right? Tables and chairs. You can sit out there and hang out, do what you do outside, whatever the heck that is. This is actually a bedroom from I think this is the penthouse suite. So all suites don't look like this, but this is the penthouse suite. So, but you can see those views, killer views of downtown, unobstructed views of downtown. So, but thank you so much, Lonnie Wolf. Let's put this comment up there again. Lonnie Wolf. So yeah, so that is it. That is the Level Hotel downtown LA. So if you're ever interested in it, and this is their pool, right? So if you're interested, stayinglevel.com is their, what is that? That's their website. Okay, so make sure you want to stay there if you want to get more information about it. Because did you know on podcasts like this, 65 to like 67 to 68% of people, when they hear of, like I said, I just mentioned the Level Hotel. I've been mentioning Level Hotel since we started this. They will look that up. They will Google it to see, what is this Level Hotel? I never heard of it. Let me just take a look. Let me see if Russell really knows what he's talking about, right? He said it's an all-suite property. Well, let me check it out. So if I say stayinglevel.com, 65 to 68% of the people that heard that are going to look it up. That's what it's all about, right? That's the power of a podcast that people don't really understand. A podcast, especially a visual one, like this one is a visual. It's visual. You can see me. You can see things that are scrolling across the screen. You can see photos. You can see all that kind of stuff. You have a lot more traction on these versus your, traditional podcast, which is audio only. Although they still, people will still look up things, based on even when they just hear it, right? If they hear something they never heard before, they're like, well, let me check that out. Let me see if Russell knows what he's talking about. But anyway, questions at all, please email me, russell@russellofhotels.com. If you're interested, interested in getting your hotel on here so I can talk about it and brag about it and show off your brand, hey, I'll be more than happy to. So just give me a call or give me an email, and then we'll go from there. Check out my email or check out my website, which is russellofhotels.com. It's been updated. A lot of good information on there. All the hotels I've been to are actually on there as well. So everything has been updated in the last couple of days. Only thing I have not put up there are like my podcasts, which I will do. I'm gonna do the audio portion of that only, I believe. I'm still kind of, going back and forth on how I'm gonna do that on my website, but once I do it, you'll see it, okay? So you'll know. But anyway, that is it. Appreciate you guys coming on. Once again, I do this daily check-in Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So if you didn't like what I had to say today, guess what? Tomorrow's Friday. I got one more day. Maybe I can make it up to you, right? So I'm on 5 days a week. On Tuesday, on air with Russell of Hotels, that live hospitality talk show. I just did my show number 253. So the one coming up is going to be 254. So there you go. Once again, thank you so much, Lonnie Wolf. Lonnie Wolf says, the power of podcast. P.O.P. You down with P.O.P.? Yeah, you know me. You down with P.O.P.? I like that, Lonnie. You know what? I'm writing that down right now. P.O.P. Power of Podcast. That is dope, Lonnie Wolf. Wow. It's okay I use that, right? Is it okay? Have you coined that phrase? If not, I'm going to use that. Love it, love it. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining this brief daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. I try to keep these between 20, 25 minutes or 30 minutes at the most, depending on, if there's engagement and things like that. I mean, I'll go an hour if there's a lot of engagement. So don't get me wrong. It's all about you guys. It's not about me, right? So if a lot of people are coming on making comments, and of course I'm gonna continue the conversation and answer questions or make sure I put your comments on the screen in real time, just like I just did with Lonnie Wolf's comment. So appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you again, Lonnie Wolf. You guys have a happy Thursday, and we'll see you tomorrow. And as always,